Okay, imagine this. You're scrolling online, maybe looking at pictures of Thailand, and you see these stunning villas
Maybe on a hillside.
overlooking the Andaman Sea.
Incredible view.
Exactly. And you start thinking maybe about owning a place there, somewhere like Phuket. And just so we're clear, it's pronounced Phuket, not Phuket.
Or Koh Samui, yeah. Beautiful spots.
And the idea feels amazing, right? A real escape. But then that little bit of worry creeps in.
The how does this actually work? Feeling.
Yeah, the rules, the regulations, the fear of, missing something important or getting caught out, it can feel overwhelming.
Totally understandable. It's
Yeah.
a different system.
Well, today we're aiming to cut through some of that fog. Welcome to the deep dive. We're going to tackle navigating Thailand's land transfer rules, what foreigners need to know.
Think of it as your guide to getting clearer on a potentially tricky process.
Exactly. And we're drawing from some really solid expertise here. Our main source is an essential guide from Ocean Worldwide.
Right, they're a luxury real estate agency, been based in Phuket since 2004. They really specialize in high-end residential properties there and in Koh Samui.
And they know their stuff. The director, Sandra O'Neill, has apparently helped literally thousands of families and investors over the years.
That kind of hands-on experience is invaluable. So our mission today is to pull out the really crucial bits from their guide for you.
We want to give you that practical knowledge, maybe a few aha moments, and help you steer clear of those common pitfalls.
Sounds like a plan. Where should we start?
Let's start with the big one. Understanding the basic rules around foreign ownership. It's not like you can just, pick a plot of land anywhere, right?
No, definitely not. The fundamental rule is pretty clear, and it's about national control.
What?
Foreigners generally can't own land outright in Thailand.
Okay. Full stop.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, there are some very, very specific exceptions tied to big business investments, like for factories or hotels,
Right. Requiring significant investment.
Exactly. But for just buying a piece of land for your dream holiday home, that general restriction applies. It means you need to explore other options.
So if owning land directly is mostly out, what about condos? You see those amazing high-rises, especially in places like Phuket. Is that easier?
Ah, yes, condos are different. That's often the good news for foreign buyers. You can buy a condo unit freehold.
Meaning you own it outright, just like back home?
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this is a really important, but there's a strict rule. The 49% foreign ownership quota.
And that applies to the whole building space, not just, say, the number of units on one floor.
Correct. It's calculated based on the total saleable area of the condominium building. So no more than 49% of that total area can be owned freehold by foreigners.
So you could find the perfect condo, but if foreign buyers already own 49% of the building space,
Then you can't buy it freehold. It's like that popular club analogy. Once it hits capacity for foreigners, that's it for freehold purchases.
wow. So checking that quota before you get excited is absolutely vital.
Absolutely critical due diligence. Ask the developer. Get your lawyer to confirm it. Imagine seeing, say, a fantastic one-ray plot of land on a hill near BISP in Phuket. Great spot. Sea views.
Perfect for a family villa.
Right. But as a foreigner, you can't just buy that land. You could potentially buy a condo in a development on similar land, but only if that 49% quota hasn't been filled.
Okay, so direct land ownership is restricted. Condos have the 49% rule. What's the main legal route then for foreigners wanting, say, a house with a garden or just control over a piece of land long term?
Leasehold. That's the most common and practical alternative.
How does that work?
Typically, you get a lease for 30 years. And crucially, these leases can often be structured with options for renewal, sometimes multiple renewals.
So effectively giving you long-term security.
Yes, it grants you secure long-term rights to use and occupy the land or house. Many foreigners go this route. The absolute key is making sure the lease is properly registered at the official land department.
Why is registration so important?
Registration makes it legally binding and enforceable, even against future owners of the land. It gives you strong protection and solidifies your right to be there for the agreed term. It's not freehold, but it's a secure, government-recognized right.
Got it. Okay, so let's say you've found a property, maybe a condo within the quota, or you're looking at a leasehold. Now you need to be sure the seller actually owns it properly. What's the key document here?
You're looking for the Chanote title deed. That's spelled C-H-A-N-O-T-E, sometimes called Norsor for Jor.
And that's the best one to have.
It's the highest form, the gold standard in Thailand. It signifies full, undisputed freehold ownership, backed by accurate government surveys. It details the land boundaries precisely and lists any registered rights or mortgages against it.
So having that Shinoda is step one, but you can't just assume it's all correct, right? How do you verify the seller's right to sell?
Absolutely not. Your lawyer needs to do their homework. They'll take that Shinote reference number and go straight to the land department.
What are they looking for there?
They're verifying the seller is the registered owner, checking if there are any outstanding mortgages, liens, any legal claims, or restrictions registered against that title. It's like checking the property's legal history. It's passport and family tree, if you will.
Establishing a clear chain of ownership.
Exactly. Essential, whether it's a sleek three-bed villa in Bangtao, Phuket, or anywhere else. Skipping this. Huge risk. Like buying a car without checking if it's got outstanding finance.
You may when liens and mortgages, these fall under encumbrances, right? What kind of things could be hiding there?
Yeah, encumbrances are basically any claim or liability attached to the property that could affect you as the owner. It could be a mortgage, obviously, a financial debt using the property as security,
Or
or things like easements. Maybe someone else has a legal right to cross your land to get to theirs, a right-of-way. Or maybe there are specific building restrictions or zoning limitations you need to know about.
so the lawyer's job is to uncover all of this.
Definitely. They identify them, explain what they mean for you, and help you decide if it's acceptable. You don't want to buy a property and suddenly find you've inherited someone else's debt, or that your building plans are impossible because of a restriction. You need a clean slate.
Okay, this sounds like a lot of detailed legal checking. Which brings us squarely to the lawyer. How crucial is hiring a good Thai property lawyer? Can't the agent handle this?
Honestly, trying to do this without a qualified Thai lawyer is, well, the source compares it to trying to cross a busy road blindfolded.
Not advisable then.
Definitely not. They are your expert on the ground. They spot the hidden traps in title deeds. They check for debts. They make sure the contracts are solid and actually protect your interests under Thai law.
So it's an investment, not just a cost.
Absolutely. A vital one to protect your much bigger investment in the property itself. Agents find properties, lawyers protect your legal rights. They're different roles.
Makes sense. Now, beyond the legal side, what about the physical property and the developer if it's a new build? You can't just rely on the nice photos.
No way. You need to look deeper. If it's a developer, check their reputation. Have they finished other projects on time? To a good standard. Any major complaints online or legally?
And for the building itself.
Get an independent survey done. Seriously, check the structure, the plumbing, the electrics. The last thing you want is to move in and find massive hidden problems that will cost a fortune to fix. Ensure the physical quality matches the price tag.
Right. And then there's the contract, the sale and purchase agreement, or SPA. How do you make sure that's watertight?
Again, that's prime lawyer territory. The SPA needs to be crystal clear, cover all the details, and crucially, be fully enforceable under Thai law.
So the lawyer goes through it clause by clause.
Meticulously. They ensure it's fair, compliant, and protects you if anything goes wrong later. It's your legal safety net if there's a dispute. Don't sign anything complex without your lawyer reviewing it first.
Okay, legal checks done, property looks good, contract reviewed. Now, getting the money there, transferring funds from overseas. It's not just a standard SWIFT transfer, is it?
Not for the purposes of proving funds for property purchase, especially freehold condos. For larger amounts, generally over 50,000 US dollars, you need what's called a foreign exchange transaction form, FTF.
FETF. And where does that come from?
Your Thai bank issues it when they receive your foreign currency and convert it into Thai baht. It's the official paper trail proving the money came from outside Thailand.
And you need this for the land department.
Yes, specifically for registering freehold ownership. And the details on the FETF, your name, the property details, must match your purchase documents exactly. Any mistakes can cause serious delays.
So the whole point is proving the money originated overseas. Why is that so important to the Thai authorities?
It's primarily about financial transparency and anti-money laundering regulations. They need to see the funds used for property purchase weren't generated locally and untaxed, but came legitimately from abroad.
So it's about showing a clean source of funds.
Exactly. Your ETF, or detailed bank statement showing the international transfer for smaller amounts, provides that proof. Keep everything bank records, receipts from the seller, FETF copies. Create that clear audit trail. If you're buying that villa in Bangtao we mentioned, This is non-negotiable.
And this FETF requirement is particularly strict for freehold condo purchases.
Yes, that's where it's an absolute must-have for the registration process. The banks report these transactions, the Revenue Department can see them. It ensures compliance. If you want freehold, you need that proof of overseas remittance.
Good to know. And you mentioned fees earlier. Worth remembering those government fee reductions on transfer and mortgage costs expired end of 2024, right?
Correct. Those temporary discounts for properties under 7 million bold are gone. So factor in the standard rates when budgeting now.
Speaking of budgeting, let's quickly recap those standard transfer costs. What are the main ones?
Okay, first up is the main transfer fee. That's 2% of the government's assessed value of the property, paid at the land department.
2%. Okay. What else?
Then there's stamp duty. That's usually 0.5% of the value, also paid at the land department.
And registration charges.
Yes, smaller fees just for the administrative process of registering the transfer. They add up, so factor them in.
Now, the more complex ones. Specific business tax, FBT, and withholding tax. When do they come into play?
Right, SBT is 3.3%. It applies instead of stamp duty if the seller is a company, or if an individual seller has owned the property for less than 5 years.
So it's one or the other, not both.
Correct. If SBT applies, you don't pay the 0.5% stamp duty. Think of SBT as a tax on shorter-term ownership or corporate sales.
And withholding tax.
That depends on the seller, too. If the seller is a company, it's typically 1% withheld at the land department. If the seller is an individual, it's calculated on a progressive scale based on their profit from the sale, similar to income tax.
Okay, that definitely sounds like something you need your lawyer to calculate precisely for you beforehand.
Absolutely. Get an itemized breakdown of all anticipated taxes and fees. Whether you're eyeing a place in Patong, Phuket, or elsewhere, know the full cost before you commit.
Given all this, especially the land ownership rules, setting up a Thai company seems like a popular route for foreigners wanting land. But it's not straightforward, is it?
Not a simple loophole, no. Well, while it is a common structure, the key thing authorities look for is that the company is a genuine business.
Meaning?
Meaning it has to be actively trading, generating revenue, paying taxes in Thailand. It can't just exist on paper solely to hold a property for a foreigner. The property ownership needs to make sense for its actual business activities.
And if you have Thai partners, which is often required for the shareholding structure,
Then a rock-solid shareholder agreement is absolutely essential. It needs to clearly spell out ownership, responsibilities, decision-making processes, especially since Thai nationals often need to hold the majority of shares.
what happens if that agreement is weak or missing?
Disputes, gridlock, potentially losing control of your investment. It protects everyone involved by setting clear expectations from day one.
And the big warning sign, nominee shareholders. What's the danger there?
Huge danger. Using Thai nationals as nominees, meaning they hold shares for you but have no real interest or investment, is illegal.
Seriously illegal.
Yes. The land office actively looks for this. They can block the transfer, and you could face legal penalties. It's a massive risk. Any Thai partners must be genuine, legitimate participants in the business. Don't even think about nominees.
So the bottom line for company ownership is genuine business activity. You can't just set one up to buy that lovely 4-bed villa near Layan Beach and do nothing else.
Precisely. The company needs a real purpose beyond just holding that one villa. Maybe it's a property rental business, maybe it's involved in tourism, maybe something else entirely. But it needs to be operational and compliant.
Okay, let's talk about risk mitigation generally. How do you protect yourself from problems with the property itself or the developer?
Do due diligence. Due diligence, due diligence. Research the developer's history. Talk to people who bought from them before. Check for issues.
And the physical checks.
Get that independent survey.
Right.
Check the structure, plumbing, electrics. Especially in areas prone to, say, heavy rain, you want to know the construction is solid. Like in Trungkale, in Phuket, ensuring good structural reinforcement is key. Avoid nasty surprises.
And we keep coming back to the lawyer. It really sounds non-negotiable.
It absolutely is. They navigate the local legal system, spot those dodgy clauses in contracts, steer you away from illegal structures like nominees. They handle the complex paperwork like the FETF correctly. Trying to save money by skipping a good lawyer is usually false economy.
What about keeping records? How important is that paper trail?
Also non-negotiable. Keep meticulous records of everything. Payments, emails, FETF forms, bank statements, title checks, contracts, everything.
Why?
Because if any dispute ever arises, that detailed paper trail is your evidence. It proves what was agreed, what was paid, and that you followed the rules. It's your protection.
And things can change, right? Regulations might shift. How should investors approach that?
Stay aware and be flexible. Keep an eye on news from reliable sources, like maybe reports about increased property transfers in Phuket or Rayong after crackdowns on nominees. Understanding these shifts helps you adapt your strategy.
Finally, what about building local relationships? Lawyers, agents, how helpful is that?
Incredibly helpful. A good local lawyer knows the unwritten rules, not just the statutes. A reputable local agent, like those at Ocean Worldwide, for instance, has deep market knowledge. They know the good areas, say near Laguna and Phuket, and the ones to avoid.
They offer that local insight.
Exactly. They can help you understand market shifts, navigate local bureaucracy more smoothly. Building trust with these local professionals is a real advantage.
Okay, let's try and wrap this up. It's clear buying property in Thailand as a foreigner isn't simple, but it's doable with the right approach. What's the main takeaway?
Preparation is everything. Number one, get a qualified Thai lawyer. Seriously. Number two, meticulously document your funds coming from overseas, especially with that FETF for freehold condos. Number three, keep detailed records of the entire process. Those are the cornerstone.
Protects your investment, protects your peace of mind, makes perfect sense. So, as we finish, maybe a final thought for our listeners to chew on.
Go for it.
Beyond all the crucial legal steps we've discussed, how might really connecting with the local community and culture, especially in a place like Phuket, actually enhance and maybe even safeguard your property investment journey there? Something to think about.
Interesting angle.
That's our deep dive for today. A huge thanks for joining us. We really hope you feel better equipped to navigate the Thai property market. We'll catch you next time.